Let's talk about the Tripp County scam. For those that didn't know, our county lost $826,000. We were kind of let known about that this week, something like 84 days after the incident occurred. The reason that happens is because as soon as the entity in the state of South Dakota finds out that there is a breach that affects, I think it's more than 250 users, or I think it's 250 or 500 users. They have 60 days, according to our state of South Dakota breach laws, that they have to reach out to the Attorney General. Now, obviously, with money of this size, it's not just data, it's actual money. And so I'm sure they reached out to the Attorney General right away. The hopes that they would be able to reclaim that money back. I would guess that $826,000 was turned into Bitcoin within hours of it getting wired. It still kind of burns me a little bit that the residents of the county are going to find out about this something like almost 90 days later. That's kind of the first thing that everybody is probably pretty grumpy about. The second thing is it's taxpayer dollars. Got everybody that's coming out of the woodworks going, they just can't believe something like this would happen. I'm amazed at how many people think this is the most amazing, extravagant, unbelievable thing that's ever happened. This happens all the time. Everywhere. This happens I run a technology company. You call it an MSP, or a managed services provider, here in Winter, South Dakota. We're 3 blocks away from the courthouse. And we've helped 2 other businesses in the last 6 months with this exact same thing. It's accounts payable fraud. And it happens everywhere. Now, what is out of the norm in this case is the amount. So that amount of money leaving on accounts payable in one check and then having that be wrong, that's bad. But this happens everywhere, usually in smaller amounts. So usually it's $40,000, $50,000, $60,000. We see that pretty often. But we don't see damn near $1 million walk out the door unverified on an accounts payable fraud thing. So number one, I'm surprised at how many people in the county are just amazed that something like this could happen in rural South Dakota. And I think this is going to be a good case study, honestly, for all municipalities, for all counties, not only statewide, but probably region-wide. What this issue is at its root cause, this is a breakdown of systems. This is a breakdown of process procedure. We didn't have NSA level, genius level hackers dig a tunnel through the foundation, break through the firewall, or do any of the fantastical things that you see on a hacker movie. They literally sent an email that looked like it came from Morris Inc. And they asked for it. They asked for the money. That's all that happened. And so most hackers, it's low-hanging fruit that they're looking for. They literally walked through the front door and asked for $826,000, and we gave it to them. The 2 biggest things that would have fixed this are training. Cybersecurity training, when we recommend it to our customers, is the number one thing that a business will discount almost on its face right off the bat. They kind of do something like this. You recommend cybersecurity training. They number one go, they kind of nod their heads. They're like, yeah, we should. And then immediately what follows that is why it's not as big of a problem as what you were purporting. And so Fortune 500 companies, they do cybersecurity training all the time. But small and medium-sized businesses out in the sticks, that's the first thing that they pass on is cybersecurity training for its employees. And why I think this is going to be a great case study is it's going to let small and medium businesses know your remote nature. You live in the sticks, in the middle of nowhere. Hackers can still touch you. You have zero safety just because you live in the middle of nowhere. There's a really big misconception out there. Somehow your remote nature is a safety net. It's a snuggie blanket. We hear it all the time. The cold weather and the remote nature keeps the riffraff out. Well, that might be true for physically keeping people out, but it sure ain't true for cybersecurity. I know that much. Anyway, that's probably the number one misconception. The second thing is I know our county auditor. They didn't just wake up that morning and go, boy, I'm going to act really responsibly. Our auditor has faithfully served our county for years and years and years. I don't understand how people in a rural county like this can immediately turn on their own, just be critical. They're just piranhas. They just stab them in the back as fast as possible. And ultimately what this was, is it a problem? Of course it's a problem. We had an egregious breakdown process procedure. But this happens everywhere. This is so commonplace. The other thing that this is going to bring to light is the fact that shadow IT is a problem. So what is shadow IT? Shadow IT is when an employee of a company decides to use a piece of software that is non-approved by the company. And so this is what happened here is drift. This happens in every place. For instance, we used to use Golden West emails inside of our county. Golden West is our internet service provider. They provide free email access with every internet subscription that you purchase. The problem is that they don't spend the money on really good email filtering. They have a kind of a basic tier Spam Titan email filter that filters your emails as it comes into your inbox, but it's basic at best. If you actually visit with a Golden West rep, they will tell you, not through official channels, don't use our email for business. Please don't do that. And so what happened, our county received this email through a legacy or an existing email through their Golden West email, not through their Office 365 platform, where, by the way, all of these protections were in place for good email filters. So it's crazy to me. We didn't decommission an old email address because we're comfortable with it, or it's drift. It happens. Just because you like your old email doesn't mean you get to keep using it. And it doesn't matter if you're the CEO or you're the auditor or you've been there for 20 years. You're not entitled to just have what you want. That's the reality. And so it's a really hard thing, because I will guarantee you that the county's IT person recommended strongly that we stop using Golden West emails as a county. And we run all of our emails through that one email platform. I will guarantee you that happened. I can almost hear the conversation in my head, because it's the exact same conversation that we have with businesses everywhere else. Well, it's free, it's cheap, it's whatever else, the existing email inbox that Golden West provides. And yeah, that's true. Except it's kind of like driving in a car that you can't get insurance on. You only have 2 of the 6 lug nuts tightened down. The steering wheel's crazy loose. It's going all over the road. Well, it keeps running. So it has nothing to do with your safety. It has everything to do with the safety of everyone else on the road. Shadow IT is a really big problem, where you have people now that are, well, I don't like OneDrive, and I got used to Dropbox, so I'm gonna use that anyway. And it seems small and insignificant in the moment. It probably even seems small to the folks that are running it, the CEOs, the cabinet, the commissioners. It's not a small decision. None of this is a small decision. Small breakdowns in process procedure can lead to really big problems. So that's, in my estimation, that's really what this is we didn't verify where the payment was going. We got a phishing email through a legacy email platform, and we We just didn't verify where the payment was going. That's an honest mistake. It's not like somebody woke up on that morning and was, I'm going to wildly disregard a set of rules that don't exist. That would be my guess. So, anyway, if anything, we need to learn from this in this county. Yes, we live in the middle of nowhere. Yes, this remote nature kind of makes us feel protected. Bad things can still happen in the middle of nowhere if you're connected to the internet. No one is immune to these attacks, business email compromises, phishing attempts. Yes, every business needs to train their employees against this. No, it's not something you can skip. Quit trying to step over dollars in the hopes that you can save nickels and dimes.